Let's be 100% honest. You don't want to know if Black Ops 6 is good, you want to know if it's anything like the old Black Ops games. You know, the good ones. The ones that give you all of that juicy nostalgia. I'm gonna set the stage from the start. I've been playing Call of Duty since Black Ops 1, and I've played most of them in between it and the current one, being Black Ops 6. So, I've seen it all. From the downfall of League play to the plague on humanity that were the DLC weapons in Black Ops 4, loot boxes, whatever this atrocity of a map was, all of it. In case your attention deficit disorder cannot handle anything longer than 30 seconds, I'll summarize the rest of the video in advance. Black Ops 6 is like that iceberg meme, where at the top you see rapid, dopamine overloaded, fluent movement systems and fancy camos and skins that look like fun. But underneath the water is a multi-layered onion, and every layer that you peel off of that onion introduces, but also induces, a severe coat of depression. I guess it feels like playing Black Ops 4 but without the jetpacks. It's like playing Black Ops 2 if Black Ops 2 had cancer. It's like being on a dry spell for a year and then bumping into a 4 at the club who wants you to jackhammer her face with your meat stick. It won't make you happy, but it's the best you're gonna get right now, brother. Call of Duty Cold War was sacrificed and then brought back to life by Treyarch, who dubbed it as Black Ops 6. A decade ago, you would have had a bunch of happy campers if you told them Treyarch would be making the next Call of Duty, but ever since Von der Haar decided he gets a stiffy from Blackout, yeah, remember Blackout? The predecessor of Warzone, and he left the studio, everything hasn't been all too peachy in all honesty. You see, Treyarch has always been the most innovative studio of all of the ones that make Call of Duty games. This year, they innovated as well, by, as a team and studio, unanimously deciding that the core concept of Call of Duty, being fun gunfights, great maps, and rewarding score streaks, actually is a fucking terrible idea for a video game. So they decided to remove these two and just focused on the gunfights. During these gunfights, you can jump, slide, and fly through the air like a hunter-killer drone in Ukraine. If you were born with hands and the ability to think without requiring ChatGPT's help for everything, you'll win most of these fights, which will increase something called your score per minute. That sounds good? It's really fucking not. If you are born without hands and are not allowed to use public transport without wearing either knee sleeves or a helmet, you'll lose most of these fights, resulting in a bad score per minute. If this is the case, congratulations. You'll actually keep having fun on the game. Sounds weird, I know. More on this later.
Hey!
Yeah?
What the hell is this?
Maps. The map voting in this game is like trying to pick a kid you want to adopt, but all of them have too many chromosomes. You keep selecting the alternative option in the hope that something better will show up, but none of the options are actually any good. If you would make a tier list from good maps to trash ones, Skyline and all of the tiny maps like Nuketown, Stakeout and Racket would make it into S tier, with literally like all of the other ones being in the trash tier. The trash tier maps all flow like Blueface on a beat, meaning not. All of the tiny maps and Skyline are good because, well, even Treyarch couldn't fuck up a map smaller than a children's daycare room. And Skyline gives off vibes like the old and actually good maps like Standoff and Raid. All of the other ones suck because it's just a collection of small corridors and huge open streets. So people either sit still in the corridors or lay with their nutsacks on the pavement staring down the huge open streets.
Come on, guys, get out of here.
Where are the turtles?
Score streaks. Something else that those tiny maps like Stakeout and Racket do well is that they removed score streaks. Yeah, they're that bad that removing them is honestly a blessing. Animations from streaks like Hellstorms and Archangels take half of the game to finally finish. The harp only reveals people who are close to you if they run Ghost instead of just revealing everybody on the map like a VSAT used to do. That LDR thing is like they mixed a deathcore mosh pit with an EDM concert as everything is shaking but nothing useful is actually happening. The chopper is basically an advanced UAV as all it does is tag people on the map while simultaneously shooting peas at people. They all just suck. Where are the dogs? Where are the death machines? Where are the raps that make me and the homies fear for our lives? Shit's just trash. Whilst all of this is going on and the puddle of sweat accumulating beneath your gaming chair is increasing faster than Lily Phillips' body count, you can use weapons like SMGs, ARs and other shit. I don't use all of that, so it's there if you want to try and unalive the fuckers on the other team before they use their wall hacks to kill you. You see, Activision decided to speedrun the lifespan of Black Ops 6, as normally you won't see hackers on a Call of Duty game until at least a year or 3 after its release, but now we've blissfully been graced by aimbots, instant unlocks and wall hacks since not the actual release itself, but even fucking before that in the beta. Thankfully though, Activision is right on top of that issue, as they've created this nifty anti-cheat system called Ricochet, which has been working absolute one. Oh, so what's left? Oh yeah, remember that whole score per minute I talked about? Sounded pretty bad, right? Well, it's actually even worse than you already thought. You see, they implemented something called EOMM. That's short for Engagement Optimized Matchmaking. It's long for we don't give a fuck about you or the fun that you're having, we just want your money. Or, if you want to use the dirty word that has been thrown around like a slur at this point, skill-based matchmaking. EOMM adjusts in-game parameters like hitboxes, health and damage to steer outcomes towards a predetermined result. This system keeps most players hovering around a 1 KD, for example by giving assists which count as kills, which kind of skews players' true KD statistics. Compounding that issue, EOMM prioritizes these manipulations over things like optimizing ping, which often just causes unnecessarily high latency and shitty servers. If you don't believe me, just look at one of these, I don't know, like billion videos on YouTube that have already proven this to be true. If you're trash, they reward you with more points after a win. If you're good, they reward you with less. And we all know what that sounds like. So, all in all, that might make you think, where are the redeeming qualities in this heap of capitalistic mutated dogshit? Well, I meant what I said. The game plays fluently enough and it can be pretty fun to just shit talk people on the other team and to pop stomp with your friends. You just have to accept that while you're doing all of this, Activision has their hands so far up your ass that it will tickle your throat. But other than that, yeah man, great fun. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.